Hello everyone, this is Asra Sultana, Assistant Professor in EEE Department, working in ISL Engineering College. I am taking the subject Electrical Machines 1 for EEE second year students. We are in Unit 1 and today's topic is Force as a partial derivative of stored energy with respect to position of a moving element. So before seeing this derivation, I would like to recall the previous class, that is principle of electromechanical energy conversion. In the principles of electromechanical energy conversion topic, we have seen about the what exactly is the principle of energy conversion. So, according to the principle of energy conversion, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be converted merely from one form to another form. Okay, we are converting electrical to mechanical, mechanical to electrical, electrical to magnetic, chemical to electrical, and so on. Solar to electrical. Okay, so what we are telling here is that we are not creating or destroying the energy, but it is just getting converted from one form to another form. So let us see the energy balance equation for motor and generator. Okay, for motor and generator, I am writing the energy balance equation. For motor, input is the electrical energy, output is the mechanical energy. So in between, we are writing that how much amount of energy is stored and how much amount of energy is getting dissipated. That also we are writing in the form of equation. So, energy balance equation for motor can be written as total electrical energy input is equal to mechanical energy output plus total energy stored plus total energy dissipated. And for generator, energy balance equation can be taken as total mechanical energy output is equal to electrical energy, total mechanical energy input is equal to electrical energy output plus total energy stored plus total energy dissipated. For motor, input is electrical energy, output is mechanical energy. For generator, input is mechanical energy, output is electrical energy. So these are the energy balance equation for motor and generator respectively. So the various forms of energies which are involved in equation 1, that is for motoring, is the energy balance equation. For an electromechanical energy conversion device, we can describe them as total electrical energy input from the supply mains will be WEI, and mechanical energy output is WMO, and total energy stored in any device is equal to energy stored in magnetic field, that is WES, plus energy stored in mechanical system, that is WMS. Then fourth point is total energy dissipated is energy dissipated in electric circuit as ohmic losses plus energy dissipated as magnetic core losses. Magnetic core losses will consist of hysteresis and eddy current losses plus energy dissipated in mechanical system that consist of friction and windage losses. So regarding losses, I already have discussed in the previous classes. So what we are telling here is that according to equation 1, that is total electrical energy input is equal to mechanical energy output plus total energy stored plus total energy dissipated. In that, we are taking total electrical energy input from the supply mains as WEI, mechanical energy output as WMO, total energy stored in any device is equal to energy stored in magnetic field WES plus energy stored in mechanical system WMS, and total energy dissipated can be taken as energy dissipated in electric circuit as ohmic losses plus energy dissipated as magnetic core losses plus mechanical losses, energy dissipated in mechanical losses. Energy balance equation is written as W as WMO plus WES plus WMS plus ohmic energy losses plus coupling field energy losses plus energy losses in mechanical systems. Or WEI, if I take the ohmic losses to the left hand side, WEI minus ohmic energy losses is equal to WMO plus WMS plus mechanical energy losses plus WES plus coupling field energy losses. Or I can write this equation as W electrical is equal to W mechanical plus W field. So now when we see the general representation of an electromechanical energy conversion device, it consists of three things. That is, one is electrical system, second is the coupling field, third is mechanical system. So here heat due to I square losses will be occurring here, heat due to coupling field losses will be there, and here heat due to friction and windage losses. So heat means what? Energy is getting dissipated in the form of heat means the losses are occurring in the system. So various losses, that is I square R losses, coupling field losses and friction and windage losses are irreversible, and these are therefore dissipated as heat. They are not reversible, they are irreversible, and they are dissipated as heat. All these losses, that is copper losses, iron losses and mechanical losses. These three losses are present in any DC machine or AC machine except transformer. In transformer we don't have mechanical losses. So all these losses will be irreversible and they are dissipated in the form of heat. Energy stored in mechanical system WMS is a kinetic energy half mu square for linear motion system or half j omega square for rotary motion system. So u is nothing but linear velocity in meter per second and omega r is the angular velocity in radians per second. Coupling field is associated with EMF E and current I on the electrical side and torque T or force and speed omega r or u on mechanical side. See, whenever we are taking into consideration torque, then it is rotary motion, and when we are taking into force into consideration, then it is linear motion. Alright, students. And for linear motion, speed will be u, and for angular or rotary motion, the speed will be omega. So what we are telling here is that coupling field will be associated with EMF E and current I on electrical side, and torque and speed, torque T and speed omega are on mechanical side. If it is force, then it is force and U on mechanical side. So W electrical is the net electrical energy input to the coupling field. Which W mechanical is the total energy converted to mechanical form, and it is equal to sum of useful mechanical energy WMO, mechanical energy stored WMS, and mechanical energy losses. So W field is the total energy absorbed by coupling field, and it is equal to sum of both stored field energy WES and coupling field energy losses. So now for a lossless conversion system, we are writing the equation 3, that is W electrical is equal to W mechanical plus W field. For a lossless system can be written as in differential form as dW electrical is equal to dW mechanical plus dW field. What is dW electrical? Differential electrical energy input to coupling field. And dW mechanical is differential mechanical output. dW field is the differential change in energy stored in coupling field. So this diagram is showing the representation of lossless electromechanical energy conversion device. So here for motoring mode and generating mode we are seeing these diagrams. Lossless coupling field input is electrical energy. These are the electrical terminals, these are the mechanical terminals. If it is a linear motion F comma U, mechanical, if it is a rotary motion, then it is T comma omega R. This is an ideal conversion region, okay, lossless coupling field. And similarly for generating mode, we can write here, this is the electrical terminals, these are the mechanical terminals. Linear motion F comma U and rotary motion T comma omega R. And I is coming out here in the generating mode, and for motoring mode, I is going inside. Energy magnetic system, okay, this also we have covered last class. So here energy can be stored or retrieved from a magnetic system by means of an exciting coil connected to an electric source. Let us consider for example the magnetic system of an attractor armature relay. So this is a diagram showing an attractor armature relay, and we are finding out what exactly is the energy stored in the magnetic system. Coil current will cause magnetic flux to be established in the magnetic circuit, and it is assumed that all the flux is confined to the iron core and therefore links all the n turns, creating the coil flux linkages of lambda is equal to n phi. So what is the meaning of here confined to the core? All the flux is confined to the core. There is no leakage flux. Okay. So we are assuming here that all the flux is going into the core only. We are not we are considering an ideal case, but practically this will not happen. So some amount of flux will leak out definitely. So we are assuming here that this is an ideal case and there is no leakage flux. No, so all the flux is getting confined to the core. Now the flux linkage lambda is given as n phi. Flux linkage is given by n into phi. N is the number of turns and phi is the flux. Flux linkage will cause a reaction EMF of E is equal to d lambda by dt. Okay, according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, EMF will be induced whenever there is a change in flux linking with the coil, and it is equal to rate of change of flux linkages. So E is equal to d lambda by dt. Now electrical energy input into the ideal coil due to the flow of current I in time dt is dW is equal to EI dt. So there is one more equation here. According to KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, we are applying here to the primary side and we are writing the equation V is equal to IR plus E. And what is the value of E? E is equal to d lambda by dt. So same thing we are writing here. V is equal to IR plus E and V is equal to IR plus d lambda by dt. And electrical energy input into the ideal coil due to the flow of current will be dW is equal to EI dt. So assuming for timing that armature is held fixed at the position X. So we are assuming here at some fixed position X. So as seen in the diagram, you can see in the diagram there is some fixed position X and we are assuming that armature is held fixed at the some fixed position X and all the input energy is stored in the magnetic field. So dWe is equal to EI dt, that is dWf. So dWf is the change in field energy in time dt, and we substitute this equation that is E is equal to d lambda by dt here. So dWe will be equal to d lambda by dt into I dt, that is I into d lambda, that is I into d of n phi, that is ni d phi or f d phi, that is equal to dWf. F is nothing but here magnetomotive force and it is given as ni. The energy absorbed by the field for finite change in flux linkages for flux is obtained as delta Wf is integral lambda 1 to lambda 2 I of lambda d lambda, that is equal to integral phi 1 to phi 2 f of phi d phi. Energy absorbed by the magnetic system to establish flux or flux linkages from initial zero flux is Wf is equal to integral 0 to lambda I of lambda d lambda, that is integral 0 to phi f of phi d phi. So this is the energy of the magnetic field with given mechanical configuration when its state corresponds to flux phi or lambda. So here in the diagram we are showing the I lambda relationship, and this I lambda relationship is indeed the magnetization curve which varies with the configuration variable x. Okay, so whenever x1 is greater than x2 is greater than x3, we are going to get the graphs for I lambda curve. The air gap between armature and core varies with position x of the armature and the total reluctance of the magnetic path will decrease as x increases. So I lambda relationship for various values of x is shown in the figure. So it immediately follows from the relationship that I is equal to I of lambda comma x if lambda is independent variable, or lambda is equal to lambda of I comma x if I is the independent variable. So or we can say that I is equal to function of lambda and x, and lambda is the function of I and x. So when I is a function of lambda and x, then lambda is independent variable, and when lambda is equal to is a function of I and x, then I is the independent variable. So therefore field energy is in general form a function of two variables, that is Wf is Wf of lambda x and Wf is Wf of Ix. So according to these two equations, field energy is determined by instantaneous values of the system states, that is lambda comma x or I comma x, and it is independent of the path followed by these states to reach the present values. So this means that field energy at any instant is history independent. So as per the equation 8, that is Wf is equal to integral 0 to lambda I of lambda d lambda. Um, um, the field energy is the area between lambda axis and I lambda curve as shown in the figure. Okay. So a new term called as co-energy has come into existence and it is defined as co-energy Wf dash. It is denoted by Wf dash. So Wf dash is co-energy here. So Wf dash I of I comma x is minus I lambda minus Wf sorry, Wf dash Ix is equal to I lambda minus Wf of lambda x. That is, what is co-energy? Co-energy will be equal to I lambda curve, that is this region, I lambda region, minus field energy region is equal, remaining is co-energy region. Okay. So co-energy is shown to be the complementary area of the I lambda rectangle. It easily follows from the figure that Wf dash is equal to integral 0 to I lambda into di. Now let us see our today's topic, that is force as a partial derivative of stored energy with respect to position of a moving element. This is very important topic. important for 10 marks. Theory may come or problem also may come based on this topic. So let us start our topic. Electromechanical energy conversion devices are built with air gaps in the magnetic circuit which serves to separate the stationary and moving numbers. As a result, I lambda relationship of the magnetic circuit is almost linear. So I lambda characteristics is almost linear. So assuming linearity, we can write WF is equal to half I lambda or half F phi or half this is reluctance here, not resistance. Okay, half reluctance into phi square, where R reluctance is equal to mmf by flux. And it is nothing but reluctance of magnetic circuit. Since the coil inductance L is equal to lambda by I, so I can be written as from this equation lambda by L. Field energy can be expressed as half lambda square by L. Substituting I equal to lambda by L in this equation, so half uh, lambda square by L is the equation for field energy. In linear case, inductance L is independent of I but is a function of x. So field energy is a special function of two variables, that is lambda and x. So whenever we are writing field function here, as is the case in this case, field energy is a function of lambda and x, that is equal to half lambda square by L of x. Field energy is distributed throughout the space occupied by the field, and assuming no losses and constant permeability, we can write the energy density as WF is equal to WF by AL, where A is in meters square and L is in meters are the area and length of the field. So from equation 8, WF can be written as WF is integral 0 to lambda I of lambda d lambda, or WF can be taken as WF by AL, that is equal to integral 0 to lambda uh, I n by L d of lambda by Na, that is integral 0 to b h dB. So WF integral 0 to b h dB is equal to half hb, that is half b square by mu joules per meter cube. H is nothing but here magnetic field intensity, it is expressed in ampere turns per meter, and B is nothing but magnetic flux density in Tesla. For linear case, field energy is equal to co-energy. So we are assuming here that WF is equal to WF dash for linear case. So that is WF dash is equal to WF is equal to half lambda I, that is half F phi or half rho F square, where rho is nothing but permeance of magnetic circuit and it is given by phi by F. Also in terms of coil inductance, WF dash is integral 0 to I lambda is equal to Li into Di, that is half Li square. Or in general, WF dash Ix is equal to half L of x I square. Expression for co-energy density is WF dash is equal to integral 0 to h b dh, which for linear case will become WF dash is equal to half mu h square, that is half b square by mu. Now let us see the field energy and mechanical force. Consider an attractor armature relay excited by an electric source as shown in the figure. A field will produce a mechanical force Ff in the direction indicated, which will drive the mechanical system. Mechanical work done by the field when the armature moves a distance dx in positive direction is dWm is equal to Ff dx. So now we are seeing the field energy and what is the mechanical force, and we are seeing the how much is the mechanical force produced. Okay, so dWm is equal to Ff dx is the mechanical work done by the field when the armature moves a distance dx in positive direction. So according to principle of energy conversion, mechanical energy output will be equal to electrical energy input minus increasing field energy. Or in symbolic form, we can write this as Ff dx is equal to I d lambda minus dWf. What is Ff dx here? Ff dx is the gross mechanical output, that is a part of which will be lost in mechanical friction. And from equation 10, what was equation 10? Equation 10 was WF dash Ix is equal to I lambda minus WF of lambda x. So WF can be written as I lambda minus WF dash Ix. Then dWf. Differentiate this above equation. So dWf is equal to d of lambda I lambda minus dWf dash of Ix. Then this is a derivative of uv, that is u differential v plus v differential u. So derivative of uv will be what? Uv dash plus vu dash. So that is u means I here, v dash is d lambda plus v is lambda and u dash is di. Okay, so similarly here also. So derivative of u is u derivative of v plus v derivative of u. Okay, and substituting for dwf now. So we are writing ff dx is equal to I d lambda minus I d lambda plus lambda di minus dou wf dash by dou y into di plus dou wf dash by dou x dx, or ff dx is equal to dou wf dash by dou I minus lambda di plus dou wf dash by dou x dx. So equating coefficients on both the sides, we are going to get the equation as dou wf dash by dou y is minus lambda equal to 0, or lambda equal to dou wf dash by dou y, that is minus half lambda dou I of x by dou x, or ff is equal to dou wf dash by dou x, which is a function of ix. So this expression for mechanical force developed will apply when I is independent variable, that is it is a current excited system. So now again we are going to see if lambda is taken into consideration. If lambda x are the independent variables, what will the equation for ff? Okay, this is for I comma x. Now we are going to see for lambda comma x. Wf is equal to Wf lambda x. Now Wf is a function of lambda and x, we are writing here. So dWf is equal to dou Wf by dou x into d lambda plus dou Wf by dou x into dx. Now ff dx will become equal to I d lambda minus dou wf by dou x plus dx, d lambda minus dou wf by dou x dx, or ff dx is equal to minus dou wf by dou x into dx plus I minus dou wf by dou lambda into d lambda. So equating the coefficients on both the sides, we are going to get the equation for I minus I minus dou wf by dou x is equal to 0, or I equal to dou wf by dou lambda of lambda x. Hence, ff is equal to now minus dou wf by dou x ff is equal to now minus dou wf by dou x function of lambda comma x. So in this form of expression for mechanical force of field origin, lambda is the independent variable, that is it is a voltage control system. So for current control system, ff was equal to how much? Dou wf dash by dou x function of ix, and for a voltage control system, ff is equal to minus dou wf by dou x function of lambda comma x. So direction of mechanical force developed. So with reference to this equation, that is ff is equal to minus dou wf by dou x function of lambda comma x, it is immediately follows that ff is position if is positive, that is it acts in the positive reference direction of x. If dou w by dou x function of lambda x is negative, which means that stored energy of the field is reduced with the increase in x, while flux linkages lambda are held fixed. So in this figure, as x increases, that is armature moves towards left, the field energy for fixed lambda will be reduced because air gap is reduced. So it means that ff in this case acts in the positive direction. It is therefore concluded that mechanical force produced by the field will act in a direction to reduce field energy, or in other words, system will seek a position of minimum field energy and maximum co-energy. So force will act in a direction to increase x, thereby reducing the magnetic circuit reluctance and increasing the coil inductance. So now we have seen the direction of mechanical force developed. Now let us see the determination of this mechanical force. So for a non-linear case, mechanical force will be given by partial derivative of co-energy and energy. In general, non-linear case, the derivative must be determined numerically or graphically by assuming a small increment delta x. So ff is nearly equal to delta w dash by delta x, that is at I is equal to constant, and ff is equal to nearly equal to minus dou w minus delta wf by delta x at lambda equal to constant. Now for a linear case, wf dash function of ix is equal to half L of x I square, that is ff is dou wf dash by dou x, that is half I square dou of Lx by dou x. So we can write Wf as half lambda square by Lx, L of x. So Ff is equal to minus dou Wf by dou x, that is half lambda by L of x square into dou L of x by dou x. So here equations 31 and 32 are equivalent as I equal to lambda by L, and also we can write Wf of phi x is equal to half of R of x phi square. So Ff is equal to now minus dou Wf by dou x, that is minus half phi square dou R of x by dou x. Another expression for Fx can be derived as Wf of lambda comma x is equal to half lambda I of x, or Ff is equal to minus dou Wf by dou x, that is minus half lambda dou I of x by dou x. So mechanical energy, let us see now. So when the armature is allowed to move from position XA to XB with the coil current remaining constant at I0, the mechanical energy output will be delta Wm is equal to integral XA to XB f of dx, and when we integrate this equation, so delta Wm is equal to integral XA to XB f of dx can be written as delta Wm dash, that is increase in co-energy. So this graphical representation of this equation is given in the figure A, that is for general nonlinear case, while figure B gives the linear case. So IA in each case is electrical energy input, that is delta WE is equal to I naught delta lambda 2 minus lambda 1. For linear case, delta WF is equal to delta WF dash, that is delta WM, that is half I naught into lambda 2 minus lambda 1, or half delta WE, which means that half the electrical energy input gets stored in the field and other half will be output as mechanical energy. So in this kind of operation, armature must move from position XA to XB, infinitely slowing for the excitation coil current to remain constant. So let us consider now that in figure D, okay. So now let the armature is moving from XA to XA and XB with coil flux linkage remaining constant. So now delta Wm is equal to integral XA to XB f of dx, that is minus delta Wf, and lambda is remaining constant, and that is equal to decrease in field energy. So now left side is for non-linear case and right hand side it is for linear case. For linear and non-linear case, delta W is equal to 0, and for linear case, delta Wm is half lambda naught into I1 minus I2. So for lambda to remain constant, armature must move from XA to XB in 0 time. Since there is no electrical input, mechanical energy output will be drawn from the field energy, which reduces by an equal amount. So actual armature movement lies between the two ideal cases. Corresponding I lambda relationship is the general path from A to B as shown in figures A and B. Okay. So in this general case, delta WE is equal delta WE is area CABD and delta WF is area OBD minus area OAC. Now delta WM is delta WE minus delta WF. Substitute the values of delta W and delta WF. So we are going to get this as delta WM as area OAB, or mechanical energy output is equal to shaded area in above figures. Let us see numericals. In the electromagnetic relay of figure, excited from a voltage source, the current and flux linkages are related as I is equal to lambda square plus 2 lambda into 1 minus x square. X is less than 1. Find force on armature as a function of lambda. So let us see the solution of this. WF is as a function of lambda x can be written as integral 0 to lambda I d lambda, that is equal to integral 0 to lambda lambda square plus 2 lambda into 1 minus x square. So when we take the integration of this equation, lambda cube by 3 plus lambda square into 1 minus x whole square. So ff can be written as minus dou wf by dou x, that is 2 lambda square into 1 minus x. Next numerical, the electromagnetic relay of the figure below is excited from a voltage source V is equal to root 2 V sin omega t, assuming the reluctance of the iron path of the magnetic circuit to be constant. Find the expression for the average voltage force on the armature when the armature is held fixed at distance x. Let us see the solution. The reluctance of iron path is equal to A, and reluctance of air path is 2x by mu naught A, that is Bx. Total reluctance of magnetic path R equal to A plus Bx, and Wf as a function of phi and x is half rho of x phi square, that is lambda is equal to n phi here. Now Ff is equal to minus dot Wf of function of phi x. Ff is equal to minus dou w by dou x function of phi x, and that is equal to minus half phi square into dou r by dou x, that is minus half b phi square. So dou r by dou x is b, and I and v are related by circuit equation v is equal to IR plus L di by dt, whose solution is I equal to v by root r square plus omega square L square angle minus tan inverse of omega L by R. I hope you know this, how to find out steady state solution and all. So this we have already studied in your previous semester. Okay. So we are finding out the steady state solution I equal to v by root of r square plus omega square L square angle minus tan inverse of omega L by R. Then I equal to root 2 v by root of r square plus omega square L square sin of omega t minus tan inverse of omega L by R. L equal to n square by R. Phi is equal to ni by R, that is root 2 nv by root of r square plus n square w square sin of omega t minus tan inverse of omega n square by r. See here, R is resistance, this R is reluctance. Okay. Now Ff is become equal to minus b n square v square by r square plus n square w square sin square omega t minus tan inverse of n square w by r. Time average force is Ff is equal to 1 by t integral 0 to t Ff dt. T is 2 pi by omega. So that is when we do the integration, that is minus half b n square v square by r square plus n square omega square. See students, I hope today's class is clear to everyone. So what was our main topic was, okay, main topic was force as a partial derivative of stored energy with respect to position of a moving element. So this is for a linear case, that is force as a partial derivative of stored energy with respect to position of a moving element. So one more will be what? For torque, one more will be what? Torque as a partial derivative of stored energy with respect to angular position of rotating element. That is multiply excited magnetic field system. So before seeing that, we will see next class we will see few more numericals based on this topic. So I hope this topic is clear to everyone. So this is from Nagaraj and Kothari. Okay. So see students, few points you can is not visible properly, but that you refer the textbook Nagaraj and Kothari. If you have any doubts in seeing the expression, you can ask me in the comment section. I will definitely reply to you. So you just note down whatever I am telling in the video. You note down the equations. Okay. So important for 10 marks is this one. This topic, force as a partial derivative of stored energy with respect to position of a moving element. Whereas other topics are just an extension of this topic. Okay. You don't worry that so many equations are there here. Okay. Don't worry. You just study the main topic which is there in the syllabus. So there are some extra topics which I am telling here. So you please read this important the topic which are there in the syllabus only. I hope this is clear to everyone. If you have any doubts in seeing any expression or understanding any derivation, ask me in the comment section. And students, all of you should write your attendance along with the equation of this one. Force as a partial derivative I said now. So in that one equation is there na last. This equation, Wf dash is half mu h square equal to, that is equal to half b square by mu. So all of you write in the comment section. this equation W dash is half mu h square equal to half b square by mu. I think you cannot write in these terms, I think. Okay. Don't write, but okay, do one thing, students. You write in the comment section uh, what is energy and what is co-energy. Okay. So you give the answer for this question. What is energy and what is co-energy in the comment section. Okay, students. Thank you for watching the video. I hope today's class is clear to everyone. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, students. Thank you everyone for watching the video.